Good afternoon, Facebook audience. I am Jennifer Noreen with Beyond Brand Collective, and I'm here with Karen Best of Coldwell Banker Best Homes. How are you, Karen?
I'm great. Having a wonderful day, Jennifer.
It's beautiful out today, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a,
I've
it's a
been I've been all over the county today and it's beautiful everywhere except
yeah.
for the
What a
roads
fun!
which are in.
It's a,
Yeah.
it's a great job to have when you get to be outdoors, right? What a good
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
So today, I know everyone here on your Facebook page, I'm sure, knows who you are, but maybe they don't know as much about you as they would like. Maybe they know you personally, but not professionally. We're not really sure. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to ask you a few questions and let people get to know you. So who is Karen Best?
Well, let's see. Let's start with the fact that I own Coldwell Banker Best Homes.
You do.
I do. I've owned it since 2010. I started
Mhm.
to work for Coldwell Banker back in the 90s. So I've never moved anywhere else. My office is the same office I had 30 years ago. So
Oh my
pretty,
goodness.
it's, yeah,
Wow.
pretty cool. So I manage, I'm a designated broker. I'm an agent, so I also list and sell properties. And
Okay.
then on a personal note, I'm a wife, a mother, and the grandmother of two adorable little grand boys. I just love them.
Nice.
It's such a fun experience for me.
Nice, fun. I could tell that lights you up. That's probably
Yes,
what part of what you do for fun, right?
it
So,
is.
what do you do for work, really? I mean, I know designated broker, and to some people they know what that is, but to many they won't. So, what does it mean to be the designated broker of a real estate brokerage firm?
Well, it probably varies at different brokerages. Ours is a smaller brokerage. We have
Hmm.
maybe 30 agents, so it's not a huge company, but it's
Hmm.
two offices. So I oversee the operations. If there is any legal issue, the buck stops with me. I am the responsible broker, and everything that we do is governed, so to speak, by the state. So we're licensed. We have to go through audits periodically to make sure our files are in order and transactions are appropriate. So I oversee all of that. I brainstorm with agents. I work with my wonderful management team and just working on various programs and support that we offer to our agents, and then the financials. I work with our accounting department for that, but basically just responsible for all functions of Coldwell Banker Best Homes.
So you oversee some real estate agents and probably some staff, administration
Yes.
type staff, and there's a paperwork aspect to a large paperwork aspect to just to the business of real estate. So you're keeping that in order for the licensure for the brokerage and
Yes. And
yeah.
and one of the things that I think sets Coldwell Banker Best Homes apart, I like to think so, is that we really work hard on making sure that we're doing the very best job we can with forms and contracts. So we spend a lot of time weekly reviewing contracts in terms of teaching moments, learning moments, things that make us better agents, because our ultimate goal is to do a great job of serving our clients. So to do
Yeah.
that, we have to be good at what we do.
Yeah, and I would think to be smooth in front of a client with all the details that an agent is managing, but to be smooth with those details in front of a client would be a trick sometimes, especially for a new agent, because you're managing a lot of detail in the background that maybe the owner or the buyer doesn't need to be aware of yet, but you're kind of keeping that all straight. So I'm sure you teach a lot of people, a lot of your people, how to be smooth around all of that process and
Yes.
all the
Yeah.
legal parts that you manage. There's a lot of legal regulation and financial details in real estate that I think some people don't realize. It can be a complex
It
transaction.
it's very complex, and we actually are practicing law on a very limited basis. We're not attorneys, but
Hmm.
the state gives us authorization to choose forms and fill them in appropriately, and so it's yeah, it's and it's usually the biggest purchase that anyone is ever going to make, right? Is their home. So it's really important that we understand the process and get it
Hmm.
right for our clients.
Yes, yes, and make it as stress free as possible
Yes.
during an already exciting
Mm,
but stressful time of their lives, right? So,
yeah.
so that's what you do during the day. And so, what is it you love about that? What part of that?
I think I love the mentoring of agents. I love helping somebody get better to move forward, and not just in real estate. I mean, I I help people because I want to move people forward. I appreciated that in my own life early on. And so it's important to me to be able to give that back. I feel the same way about the community. I want to give back to the community, and I want
Right.
to leave a legacy, and so um, that's those are important things to me.
Yeah, and not just filling the space of a successful real estate broker for a time of your life, but leaving something behind, either with skills that you've imparted or special ways that you go about things or attitudes that you hold. I understand what you're saying as a leader. I know I watch myself as I manage stress, and I think, is this really what I want to model as far as how I mentioned? Some
Yeah,
days you do great at it, and some days you kind of fall on your face and you say, you know what, tomorrow's a new day, and let's move forward. But
and
I love that.
that's one. Yeah, and it's one of the exciting things about real estate is that we're always learning, and to assume that you know
I'm
everything
sure.
is a mistake because
Yes, I'm
we
sure.
don't know everything. There's always something new, and
Yes, and
so yeah,
my industry is similar. There's if you
is
think you
it?
know it
Yeah,
all, you need to start
yeah,
over because you don't know
yeah.
it all. That's right. So continual learning and probably teaching people and coaching people to be comfortable as a continual learner, right? Because they're never going to arrive, and
That's
it's an
right.
important skill and important attitudes to have about that. Say, you know what, I don't know, but I know someone who does, or let me get back to you.
It's
Uh,
one of the first things I teach people.
yeah, I'm
Is
sure it is.
yeah, yeah,
You'll never know it
absolutely.
all. Yeah.
That's right.
So what is the biggest challenge about all of that for you? What keeps your and I say challenge, I mean we all have problems and struggles in our jobs. So but it keeps life and our jobs interesting. So what are those challenges to you that just really keep you engaged and, struggling in a good way to figure things out?
Well, I think one of the things for me is always that balance of how much time do I spend. Um, I guess problem solving. How much time do I spend thinking about my business? How much time? It's just like everyone else, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably a time issue. It's really one
Yeah.
of the biggest struggles that we have, and understanding. So I'm learning, and this is a hard thing for me to learn, is that I can't do everything, and to be comfortable passing something on to someone who has more time and probably has more creativity or skill than I do.
Mhm.
And that's one of the wonderful things about what we have created at Coldwell Banker is I'm surrounded by people who are better than I. And
Yeah.
so it's trusting that and giving them
Mhm.
the opportunity to um, shine and move forward, and I can sit back a little bit more. So that's a challenge for me, is recognizing that and letting go, because
Yeah.
I love to be in control.
Yeah,
Love
and I
to be in
think that's
charge.
you. That's you and every leader, though, really, because I think
Hmm.
that drive is what makes you successful. But then what furthers your success and leaves the legacy you're talking about is how you're imparting and letting others shine as well. So I hear what you're saying, and I think that is a challenge. I think there's jokes about CEOs and leaders that they're all micromanagers and they got to be in the weeds. And I understand that. I struggle with that myself. But being able to let go of things and see it done even better than or different than you would ever have thought it could be done, or
That's right.
having it be prioritized in a way that's completely different. Like, wow, I was worrying about what I didn't need to worry about, or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, and I think that would be a common challenge for many leaders that I talk to. And in fact, I've heard that before. So, when you're not working, which is of course not
Mhm.
always, what do you like to spend your time doing? Are you a gardener? Are you a water person, or what do you like to do?
I wish I was a gardener.
Hmm.
Maybe when I retire, I will become a gardener, but I don't have a green thumb. And if you, my potted plants look sad. And so, but I guess I love to travel. I like
Hmm.
to read. So I do that. I do a lot of entertaining. That's probably my favorite thing to do in my
Hmm.
time off, is that I love to cook, and so, I host dinner parties, and yeah, that part is really important to me. And the water is important to me. We have a summer home on the water, and so spending time. Just, I start my morning with, when the weather's cooperative, with a cup of coffee, sitting on our deck looking, and our deck kind of hangs over the edge where we could never do that again. And so,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's wonderful. It's a good way to kind of focus on the day, and it brings me joy. And spending family time. I love my family, and I'm fortunate enough to have an aunt and uncle that live, couple uncles, and they're in their, one is 95 and just was
Oh my
playing golf
goodness.
yesterday. We celebrated his 95th birthday golfing. So to spend that family time with my uncles and aunts, cousins, and stepmom, and they live in the community or nearby. So it's really it's wonderful for me.
That's nice. So you have older relatives that you still get to spend time with. Wow.
Yes.
That
Yep.
is a gift. That's a
Yeah.
gift. And
It
you
is.
enjoy being by the water. Obviously, you live in Port Ludlow, so you
Mhm.
enjoy being near the water. Do you do any boating or
We
water
have a
sports at
boat.
all?
We have a boat, and we did for years. We plied the waters of San Juan's and Gulf Islands, and further north than that, actually, and down south and South Sound. Unfortunately, we're no longer able to boat. So if anyone's interested in buying a 45-foot
You have
sports
one.
sedan,
That's
Nova,
funny.
give me a call because we've got one for sale.
Wow, that's exciting though. Exciting to have those memories though, that you were able
Oh,
to do that.
wonderful years. I miss it
Yeah,
actually.
I'm sure you do. I'm
Mhm.
sure you do. Well, thank you. That is all really good information and exactly what we were after with this, just who you are and what your work's like and what your personal life's like. If there are topics or things that people would like to hear Karen address, you can put those in the comments or you can email her. We're going to go ahead and put a banner up here real quick that shows you some information about Coldwell Banker Best Homes and Karen Best. She's a designated broker for Coldwell Banker Best Homes, and she is a resident of Port Ludlow, but they service all of Jefferson County. So they also have an office in Port Townsend. But this is how you would reach Karen directly. Oops, I'm sorry, there's an extra 3 there, and I'm going to take that out. Um, and so they call you directly, and you can direct them to work with any of the agents or yourself in that whole Jefferson County area. That,
Absolutely. Not only Jefferson County, but we also serve Clallam County and Kitsap County as well. We
so
have
the Olympic
agents who live in
Peninsula.
those counties and work for out of our company. So yeah, yeah,
So I need to think of it in terms of the peninsulas,
yes,
both
absolutely.
peninsulas, which is
Peninsula,
a
yep,
pretty
both peninsula, Kitsap and Olympic Peninsula.
wow. That's a wide range of beautiful country. You're lucky.
Mhm.
So
Yes, I feel that way every day.
yes, I'm sure. Well, thanks, Karen. It was good to
Thank
speak with you, and
you.
we'll be doing this again. And again, if there are comments or questions, please leave them, and we will follow up with other topics in the future. We're going to be doing these go lives at least once a month with Karen and some of her other team members. So you can look forward to that as well. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you, Jennifer. Have a great day,
You too.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.